Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Today we're going to be looking at a Seiko Presage. It's the first Presage I've ever had, and it's one that I finally decided on after a long time that I wanted. I couldn't decide which one I wanted out of the Presages, and I saw this burgundy one, the Seiko Presage Negroni, and I was like blown away. It's the model number's SRPE41J1. It looks outstanding. It looks really nice. The dial is where it comes into its own. I'll leave a picture up here as I normally do, just to allow. Excuse me, up here. Get my links mixed up. Just to let you know what it looks like to begin with. But it looks stunning. I will leave links in the description, as I always do, just to take you to the watch. They're not affiliate links. They're just links that take you directly to the watch. To enable you to buy the watch if you want to. I think it's a real winner. Yeah, I think it's Pukka. As I've said in my prior videos, Merry Christmas. Again, I'm wearing my Christmas jumper. I'm not a Grinch, I promise. It's just, yeah, I just wear it sometimes. I've got a few Christmas jumpers. They make an appearance at this time of year. I hope you're all doing well. As I said, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. The Seiko Presage. The Negroni version. It's a SRPE41J1, so again it's the Japan version. This is how it comes with the box. The obligatory Seiko automatic watch instructions where it covers all the different movements. Once again, I don't tend to read that very much, and also it comes inside another box, and then you've got the warranty card. Although I bought this from a reputable dealer, so there you go. So you see, I bought it from Watch Nation. It's got all the details on it, which is quite nice to have it signed. But then you'd expect it for the sort of dough you're paying on this sort of money, sort of watch. Like I said, I spent about £400, which is about $500, so it's not a cheap watch. And I'm sure I'll mention that again as the review goes on. So let's get the rest of the stuff out of the shot. And then we're left with the box, the actual box for the watch, and we open it up, and there's the watch. So this is a watch that I don't know if you don't know much about. I like watches. Excuse me. Just One More Watch brought this up probably a couple months ago now. It was a watch that when I first saw it, I was like, for me, this is the perfect Seiko Presage. I've liked Presage for quite some time, but I couldn't really choose which one I was going to get. But then when I saw this with the burgundy, because I've become quite a fan of burgundy over the years, and this one was just, for me, it was everything. I was like, this is the Presage I need in my life. It's not too big, so I was like, yeah, I need this. So I managed to get it. So that's the case, other bits and pieces. Get out of the way as well. And then you're left with just a tag. So it's a Seiko Presage, as I said. And then it just leaves the reference number, as I said, SRPE41J1. It's got a 4R35 in the back. For some reason, one of my old videos I said 4S35, so I do apologise. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me get it off the pillow. Usual sort of pillow you get with Seikos, nothing amazing, but it'll do the job. But then yeah, let's get down to the watch. So look at the thing that for me, the dial, as most Seiko Presages are, is just special. Like, you can't get away from it. It looks, as I say, it looks Pukka. It looks wicked. Like, I love it. So let's go through the specs. So yeah, it's an automatic 4R35 movement, as I said. You've got a gilt rotor on the back, which is nice. So it's stainless steel, all the components that you can see that are sort of, so the case, the outer side of the exhibition case back, the crown, and the clasp for the leather strap. The case thickness is 12mm. A vast proportion of that is going to be from the Hardlex domed crystal, and that's also going to be a thing that comes up on my niggles, but we'll talk about it later. The case diameter from one end to the other is 38.5mm. As I alluded to a moment ago, it's an exhibition, the case back screwed down, as you can see the nodules around the end. It's got some writing around the back, just sort of signifying the watch, the reference and stuff. And obviously you see the gilt rotor on the back as well. So the bezel type is fixed, like most dress watches. It's not a rotating bezel. It's just high polished bezel all the way around. I'll try and get that better light for you. Look at that though. Oh my god. Sorry guys. And then the crown is signed with the S and it's push-pull, no screw down. You don't need that anyway for a dress watch, in my opinion. Lug to lug is 20mm, which I think is fantastic. I think it's kind of a really good size for a dress watch. I think it's more in keeping what you really need. 38mm. Let me just, this time I'll make sure I get it in the shot, guys. I do apologise last time. I was having a bit of a Wally moment, but let's have I'm gonna do the lug to lug so you guys can see what it's saying. So from one end to the other, I made that 45mm lug to lug, which again, sort of compact in keeping with the fact that it's like not a small watch, but not a large watch. So very much in the mid-range in terms of how it fits. So yeah, 45mm lug to lug. The strap is beautiful. It's a proper leather strap. They call it calf skin online. It feels really beautiful. It feels like it's going to last and last and last, and you'll be able to wear it for a long, long time. The clasp is sort of like, it's a new type of clasp. I think Seiko, you've skipped on some Omegas and stuff. They sort of look like pin buckle clasps, but they're not. There's little buttons at the back. So it's milled, so it's a milled clasp with double safety pushers, and it just, the back hides away nicely. I'm getting quite keen on these sort of clasps, to be honest. As I alluded to a moment ago, the crystal is domed, but it's Hardlex. Yeah, it divides opinion. I'll tell you what my opinion is later. I'm not going to repeat myself, but yeah, I'll let you know what I think. So the water resistance is 50 meters, more than enough for a dress watch. And I've weighed this in as 77 grams. So that's what I'm finding it as. But then again, my weighing scales haven't arrived, so I'm using temporary ones, which may not be the best. So I will get back to you on that. But yeah, so let's just run through a couple of things in a bit more detail. So the main star of the show for this watch is going to be the dial. Like most Seiko Presages, they are beautiful to look at, as you can see. So you've got the sword minute hands and hour hands. Obviously it's not the best shot. Let me just pull it out for you actually, so you can get a better look, make it a bit more easy to read. So I'll push that back in. Yeah, sword minute and second hands. One side of it's polished, the other side is brushed, and it gives a really nice look, a nice aesthetic. The second hand, again, it looks really, really nice. It looks almost like a stirrer that you'd get in a cocktail. So I think that's a nice touch, given it's obviously the Seiko Presage is like a cocktail range, hence why this is called a Seiko Negroni. And I'll wind it to see if you can hear it. Yeah, so that's what it sounds like to wind, and you can imagine with the movement, it's hacking. So you take it out, it stops. You put it back into the first position. Bear with me, and imagine you can change the date. So there you go. So and then put it back in, and off you pop. There's a second, a nice sweep on it. You've seen the 4R35 in many movements. I suspect it's normally called the NH35, but it's not in a Seiko, as you've heard multiple times by now. Rugged, reliable, 21,000 beats per hour, 6 beats per second, 40-hour power reserve. All you really need in a watch, really, unless you're going to spend big dough, which, like yourselves, I haven't got. I haven't quite won the lottery yet, but that's the dream. So, but yeah, let me just put this down. I'm going to take off. I'm currently wearing today. I normally don't wear a watch, but I'm currently wearing my new Phoebus Quartz PX 002B. So let's just do a wrist shot of the watch. I'm not going to size it properly for now. I'm just going to get it on just to give you an idea. My wrist is a 7-inch wrist just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference. And like I said, I've not adjusted it properly. I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. Quite a stunning watch, but yeah, let's get it off. And we're going to now go through the things I think are pants, the things I think are Pukka. So the things I think are pants, this isn't going to be a long drawn out list, to be honest, even though it's an expensive watch for what you get, but I think it's beautiful in terms of the dial. That for me is the winner. So yeah, it's the things I think are pants, Hardlex crystal, like Seiko. Can we get some sort of explanation at this point? Because if you're spending £400, $500 on a watch, why is it not got sapphire crystal? Like, someone needs to riddle me this, because I don't understand why this is happening. Why can you get a brand on AliExpress for 50 quid with sapphire crystal on it, but not pay 400 quid and get Hardlex? Like, you got to look at this. Seikos are becoming overinflated, in my opinion. The only reason I bought this was for the dial. So, and let's discuss, like I said, on the dial, you've also got increments of 2 going round, Seiko at the 12, Presage automatic at the 6. Apologies if I didn't include that before, guys. But yeah, that's probably going to be my main gripe, to be honest. I don't mind the rotor. I prefer it to be silver, but it's not a big deal. I like the fact they've signed the crown, but like I said, for the money, Hardlex crystal, a big no-no for me. Like, we need to be getting sapphire crystal on these watches for that price. The thing I think of Pukka, yeah, the dial, no surprise, I probably mentioned that about 14 times by now. It's really, really nice, that dial. And hopefully you get a better sort of understanding of what it looks like once I take it outside, and then it's going to come into its own. But yeah, the dial, the fact you get a nice hand winding, hacking movement, and the leather strap with that clasp is exceptional. I've got to be honest, I won't be taking it off. And also it's got quick release pins, always a winner. But obviously for me, it's not going to make any difference because I'm not going to be taking this strap off. I think the strap goes amazingly well with, like, it's like a dark brown colour, and it goes amazingly well with that burgundy face. And the dial itself, in terms of the numbers going around, look wicked. So for me, I'd go for the movement being a Seiko hacking hand winding movement in terms of the NR35, excuse me, NR35, 4R35, excuse me. I'm thinking NH35 and 4R35, and I'm putting the two together. We can make some sort of movement up together, I suppose. But yeah, so the movement, the dial, and the strap, and the clasp is really nice. Let me know what you guys think, as always. I always like to get feedback and comments from my subscribers and potential new subscribers. Yeah, as you see, I'm still wearing a red jumper because it's Christmas. I can promise you guys I have washed it, and I'm just getting used out of my jumper around the Christmas period. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care.